Hello, and welcome to Twenties Aplenty and our continuing weekly campaign, the Headhunter Chronicles, a D&D adventure involving random people who met on the internet. In today's video, the party continue their battle with the manticores. Will they get back to Catan City alive? And what will they find when they get there? If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to like and subscribe. Either way, we'd like to know what you think, so please leave a comment below. And with that, we hope you enjoy today's session.
We travel and roll, our intentions are good. Maybe. We fight, at times polite. It's DnD.
When last we set off, the group had arrived at the sanctuary and had just said goodbye to Yinran and said hello to Xerath, who seemed to link the group to a riddle about a quest that she was on. So she invited them for a drink. They ended up in this big kind of wooden hall, which was an ale house basically for the monks. The ale was free, much to some of the group's delight. And after a few introductory conversations, a bit of a conversation around whether or not Varrock was hairy or not, they got down to business, and Xerath mentioned Larissa's name, which piqued the interest of Lucy and Cleo. And she explained that Larissa had asked Xerath's mother for help in finding certain artifacts, and her mother had refused, but this priest that sat on her council shared the information with Xerath, and Xerath decided that she would go off in search, having been given a riddle which referred to the group and told to go to the Valley of Light. After a bit of backwards and forwardsing, Varrock was particularly pointed in some of his questions, given Xerath some of the Yinran treatment. The group agreed that they would invite Xerath to join them. After that, they went in search of Amanita, who had snuggled up inside Yinran's pocket. When they got there, she was freezing cold. Lucy decided to fix matters by creating a bonfire right in the middle of the wooden dais, which panicked some of the monks, who rushed with pails of water, and poor Amanita got covered in water and ended up even more cold. But she ended up snugly in Varrock's pocket again, which point the monk with the really long grey beard that the group had first encountered at the sanctuary came over and indicated that it was time for Yinran to leave. So the group said a fond farewell, which included quite a sentimental goodbye between Lucy and Yinran, and also a charm spell and a rendition of I'm a Little Teapot, which Nell claims she didn't know. So maybe we need to retcon that at some point. So you can send Nell your links to YouTube videos or whatever with renditions of I'm a Little Teapot. I can see Charlie's already on it. So we can maybe retcon that at some point and put it in the video. Nell's just being filled with dread. I'm only joking, of course. At that point, Yin was guided into a kayak for 3 people. He was sat in the middle, and 2 people sat either side of him rowing. And they headed off north along the stream to Catan City. After that, the group went and talked to the strange man who was shouting at a rock, and they discovered that he was actually a member of Keenan, who was Yin's murdered mentor. He was one of their... That's fantastic.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. We do have Amanita in person. So, a dry Amanita, I would say.
Oh, I love that.
So the gentleman he'd arrived from Metataria, from Elf's Edge. He was a member of Keenan's sect, and in kind of long distance terms, Finran's sect. And he was part of the group that had ransacked the temple in Elf's Edge. He explained that he was fearful of what those leading his sect that had turned to kind of dark ways would do to him had he gone against their will. But it ended up burning sacred texts, and he was worried that Thermo, his goddess, had turned her back on him. The monks at the sanctuary had indicated that the rock would provide the answer, but he didn't know how to get that answer. The group investigated the rock, didn't really find anything special with it. But while they were doing that, the gentleman explained that he'd come over on a ship called the Destiny, and that the group had headed out of the city of Catan to the east. After that, the group decided to leave the sanctuary, and they were shown to a steep path that snaked down the mountainside that could only be accessed one out, not in, because it had a number of steep declines that the group had to jump down. On the way, they were alerted to noises behind them, and they met Korsk, Sam's character, the kobold alchemist, who was on a mission from Sybil, who they'd met at Baron Erin's mansion a few episodes before, in our second episode, which we've now just published, which was Lizzie's character, and he'd been sent to follow. We're going because supposedly the Sorcerer's Circle had found something that the Wizards College were interested in. After a bit of a conversation, a bit of a safety in numbers kind of vibe to it, the group agreed that they would travel together, at least back to the city. Korsk was interested in perhaps making that arrangement a bit longer so he could earn some money to get some ingredients to continue his work. As the wagon snaked along the valley back towards Catan City, not long after they'd met Korsk, they saw a fluttering of birds from some trees ahead. They got out and investigated, and they saw that there were paw prints on the ground. They got back in and went a little bit further and found a manticore landed in their path. Soon after, a fight has ensued between the group, and not just that one manticore, but 6 of them. Having felled 2 of them, we are still mid-battle. So, Barrick, Cameron, what are you doing?
I am going to peek out of the carriage that I'm hiding in currently. See that our new friend Xerath is currently getting attacked by 2 manticores. And I'm going to spend a sorcery point on Twinned Spell, which lets me shoot 2 of the same spell at different targets.
Okay.
Yep, because it's cantrip. So I'll just make sure I spend the right amount there. So I'm going to fire bolts at, well, 1 each at the 2 manticores beside Xerath. So first one is a 23 to hit.
That is certainly a hit.
And the next one, 14.
Yes, both are hits. So do you want to roll your damage, please?
Yep, and that is 11 for the first one, and 10 for the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you unleash your Xerath busy fighting with the 2 manticores, looking in quite a bit of trouble. 2 small balls of fire meteor out of the front of the out of the wagon, striking both manticores. The one directly in front of Xerath, who she's looking, assuming she's looking away from the wagon as she's about to strike, falls down dead. A little bit of singed hair smell in the air, and a little bit of smoke coming off it. It is dead. The other one just kind of yowls in pain. Cool. Is that your go?
I'm just going to move up. Can I come back up to the front of the cart, and I'm just going to stand on the driver's seat, essentially just keep an eye contact with the manticore in front of him.
Cool. So that leads us to this one over here. So during the last session, Amanita had cast Spiked Growth. So this manticore is going to flap his wings. I'm not going to move the spikes. I'm going to move the manticore. And he's going to move over here. In fact, still in the air. He's going to make 3 tail spike attacks at Amanita. So the first one's a 17.
Okey-dokey. Give me the damage then.
Okay, so that's 7 piercing.
Okey-dokey.
The second one is 16.
Yep, give me the damage.
With 6 piercing.
Yep.
So first one was 7, the second one was 6. And the last one's a 10, so misses.
Brilliant.
Cool. Which then takes us to Xerath. Now.
Hello there. So, first things first is I will smile at Dead Manticore, spin around, cast 2nd level Cure Wounds on myself, so that's, fuck it, 2d8 plus 5.
Yeah.
Oh. So, 14, and that's my action, so how does this work? Why can't I figure this out?
Drain.
Hey?
What do you mean?
There we go. Okay, I've got it. Right, so that was my bonus action. For action, I'll smack it in the face with my longsword.
Nice.
Twice.
So Cure Wounds, that was your bonus action, was it?
No, it's
That was your action.
No, that's my action, so ignore the fact that I'm smacking it in your face. It's Cure Wounds is action. It's the other thing that's a bonus action, don't worry. I'm good! That's my turn.
That's you. Okay.
That's my turn. Oh, I'm alive! That's what
You're alive.
I'm alive!
You cured yourself and that's it.
Actually... Caller, please hold. Actually, caller, please hold. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sorry. Yes.
That is your go. Right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Which takes us to another manticore. Oh, it's the one right behind you. Well,
in front of me. I've turned around. I'm
in front
facing
of
it.
you. In front of you. So,
Yeah, kitty.
3 attacks. 1 with its bite.
Yeah, kitty. I could see someone to laugh.
Yeah, kitty. So that's a miss.
Yay.
And then 2 with its claws.
Please keep missing. You know you want to.
That's 14, so that's a miss. 23.
Yeah. No, that definitely hits.
So 7 slashing damage, please.
Cool. Yay! Okay.
Okay. And that's the end of its go. Which takes us to Cleo. Oh, what's Cleo gonna do? Do you know what? I think he's just gonna use his short bow and try and get this one over here by Korsk. Come on. Oh, it's went and done it twice there, hasn't it? I'll take the first one. So the first one. Okay. Is a hit because he rolled 25 and 5 piercing damage. Let me just check the immunities. There aren't any, which is good. 9 piercing. Cool. The next Manticore is dead, so I'll remove it from the list, which leads us to Lucy.
Lucy will just saunter to this corner here and Eldritch Blast this one twice.
Cool. The first one's a hit, the second one's a miss.
11 force damage.
11.
And that's his turn.
Cool. Then takes us to that particular Manticore. Yeah. So he's been hit by short bow of Cleo. He's also been hit even more by Lucy's Eldritch Blast. So he was kind of building himself up to strike Cleo, then got pushed out the way. So his attention has now been turned to Lucy. Sure. We will do some tail spike attacks on Lucy. So the first one's a 9, so misses. Second one's an 18.
Yep, that hits.
That's 10 piercing damage.
Coo.
And then the last one is a 15.
Miss.
So that's the end of that scout, which then takes us to a dead Manticore. So, Sam, Korsk.
Okay.
I don't seem to be on the thing.
Oh, good point.
Literally
Yeah,
just-
course should have gone last there.
Korsk should have gone last. Let me just have a look at what you rolled last week. See if I can find it. No, it doesn't look like it. Just looking for an Amanita. Do you want to roll yourself on, please? And then I'll try and find where you were order-wise. You all entries for this game.
By the looks of it, I've gone right up to the top. I'm just before. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Korsk.
Korsk.
Yeah, just course will do.
Korsk.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all yin and stuff.
Looks like Jess got a 9.
Okay, you reckon it's a 9?
In the chat log, there's 2 initiative rolls. One's a 9 and one's an 11.
Okay, so yeah, that was it. It was the 11th. So I think just went before I.
Okay, cool. Let's do that then. Yes, if you re-roll your initiative, then we'll put you on.
What's it?
No, it's not appearing on mine for some reason. There we go. You're on there now.
Oh, I've done it twice. Happy clicking.
Happy clicking. Right. There you go. So, you're before Kursk then. You'll go then.
Alright. This is what I'm going to do. If I can get DnD. There we go. I am going to... My plan is to entangle it with vines, causing it to... Basically in a ball of vines, causing it to...
Which one?
It'll be the one that just came off the cliff.
Okay, so he's mid-air at the moment.
Yes.
Fine, cool.
This is my plan.
Okay.
Where is it gone? Here we go. Cast. Did that come up?
Entangle, yeah. So DC 15 strength save. Got +3, by the way. And scored a 6. So is it pulling him back down towards the ground?
Basically, it will enclose him in a ball, and it will stop his wings working. He'll drop.
Okay. Okay. So...
Do you want the description in there?
Yeah, please.
There we are.
I'm just gonna get some more, guys. Give me 2 seconds.
Right, so it still counts as being able to defend itself. It just can't move.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it's about 20 feet in the air, which means it takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, if I had done it while it was on the cliff, it wouldn't have affected it.
In a 20-foot square. Yeah, okay, so fine. I said it was 20 feet off the ground, so I'm assuming it can grow up to 20 feet as well. So it does grab out. And then I'll assume it's a 20-foot cube. And then I'll so 2d6 damage. 2d6. 5 damage. Cool. And then he's... Oh. Trying to find... I'll use the web type thing. Tell us he's entangled. Cool. Is that your go? Or have you... Do you want some...
Yeah, I might heal myself. Let me just double check.
Hmm. Is it a... Was Entangle a... So Entangle's first 11. So you could only... As a... And it's an action. So as a bonus action, you can only cast a cantrip.
Yeah. Sure. And I don't have any healing ones, so it's alright.
Cool.
No worries.
Cool. So he's fallen to the ground, which leads us to Kursk.
Cheeky question. Is it... I know normally when you use skills in combat, it's an action. Can I squeeze in a nature check as a bonus action to see if they can be frightened? It's like a memory recall kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess it's... I would say so, yeah, because it's not as though you're using your hands while you're trying to recall it.
Okay.
Just trying to keep it real.
So 1 nature check coming up. Okay, is that good enough to know if they can be frightened?
You know that there is no common information about manticores being susceptible to being frightened or being vulnerable to being frightened.
Well, let's find out. Experimentation. Okay. So just going to check my range quickly. It's this square. Okay. So Corsk will run over here. Might move Pyro later. He'll reach into his bag and pulls out an unusual set of panpipes. And blows into them. But instead of a musical tune, it's this haunting, wailing roar that can only come from a dragon's throat. And he will be using Pipes of Haunting. So that's a DC 15 Wisdom save to see if they can be frightened.
Okay.
And of course, I'll exclude the party from that target.
Cool. And is that anybody in creatures in range? And the range is how far?
30 feet.
30 feet. Right, so that's, is that
So,
that's all of them?
So it's
Cool. So I need to do 3 wisdom saves. So I'll go left to right. So the first one fails. The second one fails. And the third one fails.
So they cannot approach the wielder and have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls as long as they can see Corsk.
Okay.
And for Pyrite, what can I do with Pyrite? I've already used my bonus action, so I think he'll just he'll fly over here and dodge as usual.
Trying to find a fright and
And Varak, you know what the song is? It's a requiem in Draconic.
I'll use that one. And how long are they frightened for?
Sorry, I just
1
looked this up. I'm pretty
1
sure
minute.
it's until the end of the encounter or longer.
Frighten the wielder for 1 minute, it says.
Okay, cool.
So that's like 10 turns.
Yeah, there's a different length, which is like if they resist it, then they cannot be hit by Pipes of Haunting again for a longer period, but I can't remember what it is.
Cool. Right. So. And Pyrite, you've just moved, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Takes us back around to Varak.
Seeing the one that Amanita just managed to entangle and get it to fall to the ground and stuff like that, I'm going to move.
Yeah.
So if I show my ruler, I'm going to move here, but like go to this square first and then diagonally down to here.
Okay, you will take
that will,
a...
yeah, an attack of opportunity. Yeah.
Okay.
It does have disadvantage on attack of opportunity rolls as well, doesn't it? It's because it's an attack roll.
Yeah,
Good.
it misses anyway.
Awesome. Seeing the
Even
perfect...
without that rolling, it got a 9 and a 6.
It's close though. I'm not very very protected.
Cool.
I'm gonna line them both up, and I'm gonna use is it lightning bolt? Is the name of the spell? Lightning bolt to pierce both of them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go just directly across like that. 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage. That for both of them. Is there a save? There's
Yeah,
a
so it's a
dex save.
DC 14 save, yeah. And
Dex
if they
save,
pass
was
it,
it?
yeah, it's a dex save. And if they pass it, they just take half damage.
Okay. So the first one scores an 18.
Mhm.
The second one scores a 12. So pass and a fail. So half damage for the first one, so that's 14.
And then 28 for the fool.
And then 28 for the one over there. Who's looking rather rough. Cool. That smell of singed hair's getting... Apologies for the shouting in the background. Yeah, the smell of singed hair is getting quite intense now. So...
AFK for a minute, just going to get some water.
Cool. Which leads us to this manticore here. He is entangled, isn't he? Does that mean he can't... He's grappled, is he? So that means speed becomes 0. Condition also... Speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. What was the thing on the... That's a wisdom save. Creature in the area.
It needs to make a strength check against the spell DC.
Yeah. When you cast, you must succeed on the strength save. A creature is restrained by the plants. Creature's speed becomes 0 and can't benefit from any bonus attack rolls against the creature have advantage. And the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Right. So he gets to save and then he gets to have his go, I guess. Sure. That is a DC 15 strength save. $13, so failed again. So he's just going to attack with disadvantage at Anita. In hope that it ruins her concentration. So 3 spike attacks with disadvantage. So 15 is the first one.
Yeah,
Does that
it's,
hit? So that's 10 piercing damage.
okey-dokey.
The next one's a 12, because you got 12 and 17. And then the final one is a 7. 12 and 7. So...
Because I might be down. Yep, I'm down.
Are you? That breaks the entangle then. Oh dear. So what did you have before? Because on my screen you had 12.
Yeah.
And you took 10 damage. So you should have 2 hit points, I reckon.
Oh, okay.
Which I think then means, can you do a... Is it con save for concentration?
Yeah, it's con save.
Which is a DC 10 constitution saving throw to see if you maintain your concentration. Please?
So,
Okay, so the entangle spell dissipates as you're hit by the tail spike. And which then leads us to Xerath. Now.
Okay. So first what I'll do is I'll look at the little kitty in front of me and I'll go, "Well, aren't you a naughty kitty?" And then I'll just hit it twice. If I can find it. Hang on. I'm rolling with my own dice.
Somehow the accent makes that even better.
17 plus 6, so 22, 20, 22, 20,
23.
23, I can't do maths, 23 to hit. Okay.
Back in the days of Nell not being able to do maths.
Shut up. 9 damage for that, and then I will swing and hit him again. Which
9 damage.
Yeah, 9 damage. Which doesn't hit because it's 11.
Okay.
But I want to expend a spell slot for 2d8 damage, so I want to smite the bastard. Please. Thank you. For 6 damage.
Okay.
Thank you. There we go. Happy.
You're still alive. Just about.
Oh.
So it's on its last legs now. You've kind of slashed it. You kind of the radiant damage kind of brings it. You can tell you've hit it quite hard, but when you go to swing again, it kind of dodges out of the way.
Bastard. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna use.
Don't meta game.
No, I won't. I promise. I want to move. But I want to move
Alright.
there. Can I move there? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna risk a attack and move there.
Okay. I think he's got disadvantage, hasn't he, because he's frightened.
Yeah.
Sure. He will try to bite you as you go past. He got 16 and a 7.
Aha. Sit down, kitty.
Alright. So that then takes us to that manticore. So it can't come towards you because of Korsk. It's
Tiny dragon.
He's afraid of a tiny little dragon.
But it's got some tail spikes left, so you're getting tail spiked. With disadvantage.
Yeah, the kitty.
So first one's a 7.
Miss.
Second one's a 14.
Miss. I'm so happy you're not rolling as well as you did last week.
Third one's a 50. Tell you something, you would have had you would have had 3 hits if I wasn't rolling with disadvantage. Oh
Yes!
no, tell a lie. It would have been 1 hit.
Thank you,
If
tiny lizard.
If I was rolling with advantage, it would have been. So
Thank
I
you,
got a
tiny
7
lizard.
and a 23, a 14 and a 21, and a 20 and a 15.
That's alright. Tiny lizard safely. I'm gonna go piss him in a second.
And end its go. It's gonna fly over here.
Yeah, better enough.
Which then takes us to Cleo. And Cleo is probably just going to I actually didn't was going into his character sheet, not his token.
You know how to DM, boy.
Yeah.
I'm teasing. I'm in such a chaotic mood. I'm sorry.
He's just going to walk up to him and thunderwave him, I think.
Woo! Go Cleo.
Second level. So, it's a DC 17 if I remember rightly, because that 32
There
is
may have
great.
been some influences involved.
Sorry?
It's coming from DC.
So DC 17, right. And I need to roll twice. I need to count both rolls because it's con save. So it rolled an 11 and a 16, so it's a fail. So it takes 18 thunderwave damage. Cool. So that's the end of Cleo's turn, which takes us to Lucy.
Grateful.
Eldritch Blast in the face. 2 hits.
A natural 20 for the first one.
2 hits.
So first one does 9 damage.
Okay. Which one are you going for? That. I'd say
just
1 again.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's this one. And second one, another 5. So 14 total.
Okay.
And that's it.
Nice. I love it.
So as it's distracted, getting hit by a thunder wave from Cleo, Lucy goes in from the other side and hits it twice with 2 Eldritch Blasts, and the second of which it slumps down to the ground, unmoving. 'Tis dead. So, are you moving, or are you happy where you are? Charlie.
Is
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I've moved round just to the other side of the cart.
Cool.
And that's my turn.
Which takes us to the dead Manticore, the one we just killed, so he's out. Amanita, Jess.
yeah.
Are we there, Jess? Should we assume she holds a 10? We'll assume she holds a 10.
I'm in.
Oh, no,
I'm
you're
here.
here. You're here. So what would you
Right.
like to do?
As I can. All right, I'm going to bonus action healing words.
Okay.
Now I'm going to do it as healings. A second level spell.
Cool. And who are you doing it to?
You'll be on myself.
On yourself.
I don't think
Yeah.
I can survive with 2 health.
Yeah, so you should have 11 now then.
Brilliant.
You still say 0 on the board, but... Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
And then I'm going to, as an action, come on, click on it.
Produce flame. Flickering flame appears in your hand. You can also attack with the flame. So that is 20 then. Is this on the... Yeah, the only one.
Yeah,
The nearest
the
one
only
to
one
you,
that's
yeah.
near me.
So 20 is definitely a hit and 15 damage. So it's thinking, it's being quite, although scared of Korsk, still wary of Korsk, it's quite satisfied in itself that it's managed to deal quite a bit of damage to you with its tail spikes. But what it doesn't expect is this little ball of flame to come, which grows and grows as it approaches it, and just.
So the camera goes to first-person view, and
Proper angered.
And as it's about to take off, in fear, just bounces back down to the ground, slumping, dead. So
She's like, take that! It's for hurting me.
So, one left. Would you like to move, or do anything else?
Actually, no. She's gonna stay there for now.
Korsk. Sam.
I mean, is this last manticore just running away at this point?
I think it's taking stock at the moment.
Okay, let's give it a reason then.
I think having been hit by Varroc's lightning previously, it just wanted to get away from him.
So I think what Korsk will do, you'll see this manticore flying away, and oops, I need to have the right thing. Immediately takes up position near Xerath, and how does he do this? I'm going to say for fluff, he pulls out his crossbow, but he doesn't load a bolt into it. Instead, he pulls out of his alchemy bag this spine that's dripping with venom, loads it, and fires. And that will be a second level and misses completely. It had to happen sometime. So, trying to look as awesome as possible, he doesn't realize he actually hasn't braced the stock properly. So he shoots way overhead.
Okay. So it kind of goes flying up in the air, comes down, and smacks into the backside of this one over here. The one that's already dead.
Better than nothing.
Cool. And Pyrite?
Pyrite is going to hang out near Amanita, and Korsk will end his turn actually by doing the bell chime again, which, if I can find it, is Healing Word. So that's 10 on Xerath, didn't want help last time, so it'll go on Amanita.
Love it.
Korsk has learned his lesson.
Again, perfectly honest, as a player, I would normally do it on Xerath.
No, don't. I love it. Don't apologise.
Cool. Right. So that then takes us to Varroc.
So, seeing it starting to fly away, and then seeing Korsk shoot and then miss, I'm going to just full sprint around the corner, around the tree line. Coming up to about here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to charge electrical energy in my mouth, and then I'm going to release my Dragon's Breath lightning beam at the dragon. Not the dragon, the Manticore, sorry. Which is 3d6. Not a good roll, but hopefully it's enough.
So it's got to do a DC 11 dex save.
Yeah. Hopefully it's enough. I'm going to be so disappointed in myself.
It's got disadvantage, though, hasn't it? Because it's frightened.
That is true, yes.
Yeah, if it's an ability roll.
Just roll 2 12s.
Oh.
Well, it's fine. That's 4 damage anyway. 4... Oh, wait, hold on. That's 4 plus 3. Once when you cast a spell that deals damage associated with your tonic ancestry, you can add 3 to the 1 damage roll for that spell. Cool. So I'm going to do that as well. So that is 8 to 11, but then half that rounding down, I think, is 5. So
4 was enough, by the way.
just wanted to double sure, just to make sure I just a little seasoning on top. That's what it is.
So you open your mouth, unleash your breath weapon, and it almost sounds like you're shouting. You're taunting it to come back as you unleash this torrent of lightning, and it just kind of catches it across the wing, and then it just kind of falls to the ground. And for a few seconds after it hits the ground, you can just see kind of lightning crackling over it, like electrical energy crackling over it. And that's the end of that. So, despite the horse being on the map, the horse has legged it.
Great.
So, who wants to pull the cart?
With hearing that, Amanita's like, do I have to? And she will then...
Lucy will just clap, go, Baronita, Baronita, Baronita!
You turn into a bear.
I can do.
Is that what you were thinking about doing, or were you actually just going to
No,
enlarge?
I'm going to turn and go into something else. I can turn into a warhorse.
All right, okay.
I will kneel next to little Kosh, kind of like, you're an interesting little wizard, aren't you?
I try my best.
More like a lizard wizard.
Well, unfortunately, not a true wizard. Not many of us are born with magical talents, you see.
Right, okay.
Speak for yourself, I shout over.
Can you just... Next time I appreciate the sentiment, just kind of tell me. I don't like to leave a challenge.
I see.
I'm quite I'm stubborn. I'm sorry.
Even when your life is at risk?
More so when my life's at risk, yes.
Might be good to break that out of you.
And I'll tap him on the head.
Turns to Varric. Do all monkeys behave this way with lizards?
Monkeys? I don't see the monkeys around here.
Did you just call me a monkey?
Oh, it's the laws you're related to, isn't it? They had words about this at the college.
I mean, no. Do I look like one? Do I look like one that's related?
See, that's strange, because I could have sworn you've been following the treatises recently, since you knew about the whole hair scale thing.
You're too smart for a lizard, really are.
I try. Korsk is going to climb up in the cart and try and rest off the encounter we just had.
I will clamper next to him and just like plop down.
Lucy will just ask before leaving, these things worth anything?
I don't know, I'm taking as many claws as I can find, and I pull out a draconic dagger and I start going around cutting off like claws.
Cool, that'll help.
I'll take a couple teeth here and there as well and stuff. Maybe a couple spines.
What's your druid level, Jess?
It's... One sec, I'm just getting it up.
This way, tell me it's 6. Of course it's 6. Yeah, because it's your druid level, not your druid level spell, is that right?
Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure mine's half. Like, one sec. I'm trying to get it on 5e tools, but 5e tools decided I'm going to lose to
I think it means the level of druid you are, not your spell casting level.
Yeah, it's I'll get it up on 5e and I'll send it to you 1 second.
Yeah. Because I was going to say it's going to be quite awkward if it's like 3. You can drag this cart for 3 hours.
Right. Bear me 2 secs. Come on, buddy. Don't fail me now.
Yeah, your druid level determines what you can turn into. Yeah.
Right,
it's 120.
6th level.
Just a heads up, I'm treating that as a long rest, so I'm just getting all the admin sorted for that.
That's fine. So yeah, so I think your druid level 6, so you can turn into the shape for 6 hours. That's fine. And then
Ooh. DM, I have a question.
yeah.
You know, with my lineage that we've discussed, you know the thing that we've discussed, does her rest be the same as... let me message you before I give it away.
I'm now imagining a horse with a mushroom berry. So yeah, if we're getting the claws and the teeth, does Lucy know if any of the rest of it's worth anything, or?
Oh, you need to do a nature check.
Okay.
I'll do one as well because I'm also doing that with
That's my
Lucy.
I would do that, but I'm a horse.
It's a 4.
It's a beast.
14.
Varric, you get the impression that the tail spikes and the kind of spines round the mane and the teeth are probably what's valuable. Lucy, you're probably having a go at the teeth and the claws, thinking, yeah, I could get some of this off, and making a bit of a mess of it, trying to breaking teeth as you're pulling them out.
Lucy, we're looking for the spines on the back, around the mane, and on the tail. Some of the teeth. You can take it. I don't think their claws sell for too much, but I think we can take a couple as a trophy or something. I know that's what I'm going to do.
Try the tail.
Trophy! Cut one of the heads off.
Oh, God. Try the tail.
So I think between you probably get what 12 decent tail spikes with the and they're probably worth what 10 gold each, and then you probably get about 5 teeth worth 15 gold each, and then some of the spines you probably get about 20 of them, and they're worth 5 gold each.
And 1 manticore head.
And 1 manticore head worth.
It's the name. It goes with the name. I have to.
Headhunters, yeah, that's it. I'm also taking a claw, just like ripping out the paw of one of the manticores and kind of just putting it in my pocket.
Yeah. He told me to get some claws, so I've tried to get some claws.
Oh. Yeah, so you've got about 3 claws. They're worthless. 3 that you've managed to get off without breaking.
Yeah.
Can the horse speak, by the way?
Sorry?
Can our horse friend speak?
Can a horse friend speak?
Yeah, the druid. Can she speak in horse form?
Under languages, it says nothing, so...
Oh, great. So would I have seen her shapeshift into the horse? I suppose so.
I would imagine so, yeah. I think because the front's open, so I would imagine you could.
I'll hop down where I was sitting next to our lizard friend, and I'll walk over to him like, so, Darling horse, I don't know if you can speak or even understand me, but are you hurt? Nay for yes, no for shake for no.
You know.
Okay,
I'm not making
So-
the sound stuff that.
So, I will take my two hands, like, scrunch it behind the ear, and I will give it 10 health from lay on hands. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just making stuff up as I go along now.
Hang
I've
on.
just your response.
Hang on.
I'm trying to get somewhere that's a halfway house.
I like that. Cool.
Okay.
Can I pin it in our conversation so I don't lose it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, we're just making up rules because Nell's race is a bit homebrew. It shouldn't be homebrew, but it is homebrew.
So is there anything around that we can see beside, like maybe where the manticore came from, or?
No, you get an impression that they were just preying on the road because because there's traffic on the road. So they were clearly out hunting, and you'd probably they probably go quite some distance away from their den to hunt.
Okay.
Oh, you done? Yeah, I was about to ask. Are you done scavenging?
Well, Lucy's kind of sat there hacking away with his knife at trying to get a couple of the wings and stuff them into his pants. Trying to work out how they fold, and then still, even when they're folded, struggling.
I'm not gonna ask why you're putting things down your pants, darling.
Group storage. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm helping Lucy try and get one of the wings in his pants. Just trying to get it in.
So, the group storage is down your pants.
Yeah,
I kind of
just roll with it. It's fine.
Of all the things that would be down your pants, group storage is not one of them that I thought it would be, but anyway.
Well, there's plenty of room.
I don't want to know about your downstairs area, but...
Lucy is naively not knowing what you're talking about. So, okay.
Oh.
With the bag of holding been explained to Varag, or would I just assume that this is just the normal and this is what we do?
Probably not yet.
You would understand it as you would have understood it as there being such a thing as panther folding,
right?
And would have probably got quite worried when he split his trousers.
Yeah.
But you're maybe thinking it's the undergarments that are the pants of holding, which is probably a little bit more worrying.
The underlayer, yeah.
The discussion continues of pants of O'Leary.
The pants.
So, Xerath, you hear like and feel a knock on the back of your I think it's breastplate.
Yes.
And Korsk leans out of the cart and says, "Well, you're busy making friends with our driver. You might want to give her some of these." And he hands you 2 potions of content that are a bit new to you. Don't waste them all in one go. One at a time.
Driver, I guess, horse. I was told to give you this by our lizard friend.
With that,
I'm guessing you can't drink it since you have no hands, so open up!
with that, she'll literally, like a 2-year-old, will literally go, no. Nope. No, there is something like made towards her mouth. It's like, no.
I'll like lean past her and go, I think this might be harder than I first thought. If you don't open up, I will force it down your throat.
Just refusing, utter refusion.
Here comes the little helicopter.
Psychos is just leaning back, going,
She's like, no, she's utterly refusing in horse form, starting to kind of step back as well, and
She's just in the back of the cart with some sort of foods, just going, kick her.
Cleo's like, yeah, perhaps if you explain what it is, then she might be a bit more amenable.
I mean, do I look like I know what it is?
it will help her run faster without getting tired. Just tell her that.
Apparently it will help you to go faster without getting tired.
She still refuses and she starts to... where's Varric at the moment?
I'm kind of just finishing up, picking up some bits and pieces, and I'm probably just on my way back to the car.
She's going to run towards you. Let's try and hide
Just
behind
taking the car as well.
Oh, she's not hooked up yet, that's the thing. She's not been tied up yet, that's the thing. No.
Yeah, none of you have tied me up yet, so... but she's like a huge horse trying to hide behind Varric. It's like thinking she's smaller than what she is.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Whoa, what's going on here?
Just apparently this will make her run faster, and I'll just plop it down in your hands without you asking.
Alright, well, thanks, I guess. I mean, I don't know if we'll need it. I mean, how far away from Homestead are we? Where are we? I don't think we're too far from Catan.
So it took you a couple of days to get there. It's going to take you equally as long to get back.
Lucy
So
was-
not Varric, Cleo's like, when you're finished with your horseplay, I think it's time we get going.
Finish with
I
your
mean,
first-
you don't have to do all the pulling. I can have a similar spell that I can use to become horse as well.
Does it keep you quiet as
Generally.
well? Question mark. You can't talk in horse form, yeah?
Well, that's a
Nay.
bit harsh. Xerath, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, don't use Xerath me.
Amanita, would it make you feel better if I tried it first?
She kind of like stares at you and it's just like intense, like stare.
Take that as a yes. And grabs it and just have a swig.
There's only enough for one measure. Lucy. Yeah, you feel a lot stronger. You can run really far without getting tired. You just have no no acidic, no tight feeling or acidic buildup in your muscles at all. Gain 10 feet walking speed for 1 hour.
Did you say it makes him feel stronger?
Feel stronger.
Cool.
You don't
If he-
you're actually stronger. You just have more stamina.
If he feels stronger, he's going to pick up the front reins and go, get on.
Lucy, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's go!
I have to hold these ropes, man, and I don't want
There
to.
may be some unintended side effects.
Are you saying you're going to try and pull it? Okay.
Did we think this through? I tend to cross. How do I say it? Cross.
Well, it wasn't me who wanted to give the potion to this man.
So,
No, needed.
well, maybe
What
we
did
should
end up in
try
his
the
hands exactly.
maybe we should try the error of his ways. I suggest we get on and try and get going. Varak,
So it's just turned into a
Do
kid
you
on
have-
glucose.
Varak, do you have a whip to go with the horse?
I don't have a whip, no, but
I'm going.
I feel different. I take it off Lucy, and I just sit in the driver's seat, all defeated and deflated at this point. In all my years, I don't think I've ever had to whip another man for pulling a cart. Slavery is not common where we come from. And this feels...
if you're into whipping other men, nobody's judging.
I'm not. I'm making that very clear now.
Where's the slavery in this? He seems to be happy.
Well,
he kind of enjoys the whipping, so I can take it away.
So
yeah.
Could you do a could you do a strength save for it? A strength check, please.
Have you guys tied my one to the cart as well? Because that probably might help.
No,
With
not
the
yet.
heavy lift.
We're waiting for Lucy to be done first. And then
We got the tiefling pulling the cart, and there's just a horse walking
So,
wow, placebos are stronger than I thought.
it's not an automatic success.
I know.
The good news is you can get a hell of a good grip on the reins. You feel like you get some kind of, you start to pull. It doesn't really go anywhere. So you try to move your legs and push with your legs. And all you kind of start doing is digging yourself a bit of a hole. In your mind, you're going to pulling it, but actually you're just gradually wearing the ground down beneath you, and you end up in like a bit of a delve. Would you like to continue trying?
I'm going to keep going until...
Okay, roll under the strength check then, please.
I let go of the reins. I'm not holding on any longer.
Of course, we'll lean out again of the cart, just
18.
glancing at the hole. And we'll handle the second one to back. Like,
Okay.
make sure it gets to the right person this time, please.
I'm only getting lower and lower.
So you, you're gradually getting lower and lower. It's now become a hole.
I let go of the reins just as Lucy's like mid-run. And
Would you like to roll another strength save, please?
Okay.
Not
16.
save. Yeah, at this point, you've tripped over the edge of the hole and landed flat on your face.
I'll get up and go, how far did I go?
nowhere. Sorry, Lucy, it's not happening.
Oh.
You can run beside the cart if you want, though. Maybe push it from behind or something. Sure. Let's go with that if you want to. Anyway, Amanita, if you could come over here, please.
Amanita, as soon as Lucy tried it, she kind of feels a little bit more trusting, and seeing as Varric's handing it to her, she feels a little bit more comfortable, and she comes over.
Now, if this makes you sick, don't worry. I'll punch Korsk for you. It should be fine, though. Lucy's fine, and it should be fine. Hand it over and start strapping Amanita in. Right, I feed it Amanita. And start strapping Amanita into the reins and stuff.
Cool. So you tie Amanita up and put the whip away, out of Lucy's reach as well.
Yeah, I hand it to Xerath. I'm just, please make sure Lucy does not get that.
You travel for 6 hours before Amanita feels the... You don't feel too tired when you end, but you feel the spell start to dissipate. And you feel it's probably a good idea to stop before you turn into a fairy and get crushed by the momentum of the cart.
Yeah.
At which point Cleo casts his wild shape and lets you rest for a bit. After you've had a go each, 18 hours have passed. Did you stop for the evening in the mountains? Set yourself a fire. Again, in the distance, you can hear the sound of wolves howling. Off to the west, in the distance. Quite a way away from where you are. You light a fire and manage to catch a couple of hares and manage to feed yourself for the evening, and then head off back again. Another day's travel, and by kind of mid-afternoon the next day, you arrive back at the gates of Catan City. So, what would you like to do?
So, have we arrived then, did you say?
Yeah, assume everybody's had a long rest.
I'm in need of a long rest.
So, we back to the city. What are the ideas, my friends? Ultimately, I'm here following you, so...
How long have we been away for, Lucy? Amanita?
5 days.
5 days? 5 days-ish?
2 nights there, 2 nights back. I'm assuming you've spent a day there as well. So.
Well, we need to... I think we should check into the tavern we were in at before. I can't remember the name of it now, though.
Yeah.
What was it called? I've totally forgotten.
Cast in.
The Cast In. There we go.
The Cast In, what a name.
I know.
Did we end our booking? Or are we still booked in there?
I don't think we're still booked in.
You will have a bill
Yeah. Okay.
of a few days at least. So you haven't ended your booking.
What time of day is it?
About 3 in the afternoon.
Should we go see if we can find a buyer for these parts that we acquired?
Yeah,
I guess.
a potion shop or a admiral wizard that turns it into might have use for it.
Well, if we're heading off to the market, I can start to properly earn my keep with this group. Get me some ingredients, and I'll see what I can cook up for you.
What kind of ingredients do you need? Sorry, Amita.
He rattles off a quick list of things. You notice that some of them aren't actually for your typical potions. They're probably what he talked about before with research cost, but at least the first half of it is stuff that you would be familiar with for potions of healing.
Okay.
By the
So-
way, I was meant to ask you, what's that little flying thing you have with you?
And Pirate comes and lands on his shoulder. He's so I'm going to describe now. He looks very much like a silver dragon, just very miniaturized. However, you can tell that it's not strictly speaking a living being, because when it raises its wings, you can see clockwork parts moving around, and the scales are not true silver; they're more like copper and bronzed, along with the sheen of iron, forged iron. That is, yeah.
Does it bite?
Well, depends on how you treat him.
I'll put out my hand.
He's like cautiously sniffing like a cat, like, and then he'll like tentatively climb on your hand and kind of stand upright.
I'll pet it.
They say homunculi are little reflections of their owners, but I can't see the comparison, honestly.
Do you want? Stop calling me a monkey. I'll put it on my shoulder.
Yeah, you'll snuggle up around your neck if you're doing that.
So you land back at the Cast-In. I'm assuming you're going to cast the Cast-In first because it's outside the gate. and you get Human is there, and he's like, oh, you're back. Good. I don't know what you've been doing in the rooms, but there's a hell of a smell coming out of one of them.
Ooman, I don't mean to alarm you, but we've not been here the past couple of days. At least 5 days we've not been here, so I can't say that we've been doing anything in these rooms.
Well, it's definitely been coming from one of your rooms. The one with the horned gentleman.
Lucy, what you been doing?
Lucy isn't around at the moment.
Oh,
What do you mean with... How about you guys go check? Maybe he's forgot something dead in there. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure he didn't leave anything dead in there.
Well, if it does it smell like dead, dear sir?
So, Korsk, you will notice that there is something trying to sit on your shoulder. Rather heavy. You kind of slump down as it sits on you. Looks a little bit like your humus, but he's red and has little horns.
Quickly, kind of does a double take to Xerath, where Pirate is right now. So you keep pets now, as well. When were you going to tell me about this?
That's
We don't
not
have
my pet. I don't keep pets, but I'll keep this one if I'm allowed to. But that's not mine.
Temporarily, we'll call it a lending. But is this creature that seems to have taken to me? Is that something Luso would have been involved in?
I don't think so.
He's just very slowly sinking down still, and his knees are beginning to wobble under the weight.
Just push it off, man. Like you don't have to keep it on your shoulder. Just
What
knock
is
off.
it?
So he'll gonna call for a skill check. Would nature help identify it, or am I going to just like never seen it before?
Without the check, you've never seen such a creature before.
Rolling. Oh, without the check. So.
Yeah, without the check, you don't need to roll.
Does it look familiar?
Red and it's horned.
I have a sneaky suspicion that might be tiefling.
Lucy, is that you?
Probably. He looks like the cheeky kind to do something like that. It says
Well,
it on its face.
Well, if he is, he can stand on his own 2 feet, and Kors will try to kind of bodily take him off, like you know how people hold birds, like with thumbs behind thumbs behind the wings to keep them from flying off. We'll do that, and then just like throw him into the air like a dove.
Flap, you little thing! Flap, you little bird!
And what does the little creature do?
How hard did you throw it?
Not too hard. Kors isn't very strong, and he's literally just trying to get you into the air and off his shoulder. He's not trying to bowl you into the wall or anything.
And how low is the roof?
It's about 8 feet. It's just kind of enough for a tall dragonborn or a Goliath.
So I probably would have hit the roof if I couldn't stop myself?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So you'll
Just get
just hear
stuck.
you'll just hear a dunk and then a dunk on the floor and Lucy appears. Oh!
What did you do?
Why did you drop me down the floor?
Yeah, but why are you sitting on people's shoulders?
I don't know, it looked comfy.
Alright,
If you want a ride, take a ride on the small person next time.
he's got a point, but I'll extend my hand to him to pull him up.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, Lucy, I'm going to re-ask my question to you now. Did you leave something dead in your room?
I think so. Anything dead's in my pants.
Gross and cool, but mainly gross. Anyway, Uman, can we have the keys to the room, please?
I don't even want to take that conversation further.
So he hands over the key.
If the smell's still a problem, I have bleach.
What's bleach?
I have fire.
I also don't want to take that conversation further of why you have that chemical, but okay.
Wait, is Amity still a horse at this point, or is Amity about to know?
No, she turned back, didn't she?
Yeah. Assuming she's
With that along with.
That's fine.
You head to the room. As you get to the end of the corridor, you turn the corner. The room's quite a bit down the corridor. As soon as you turn the corner, you can instantly smell just rot. Like probably weeks old meat that's gone festered and gone bad. You get to the room, Lucy unlocks the door, and then you just hear buzzing. As you push the door open, a swarm of flies out of the door. In the room, it looks relatively untouched. Apart from there's a few flies still flying around. And on the little side table, there is a Hessian sack with what looks like dried blood soaked on the outside.
Yep, this is going to check it out.
As we open the door and the flies come out, I was like spotting our hands away, like, I see fly things. So tiny.
Can I just like as I push open the door, can I just like use my divine sense to detect good and evil? So anything that's a celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet, like, pings up.
Nothing.
Does Lucy ping up? That's okay.
I suppose, yeah.
But
Nothing unexpected.
Okay.
Lucy will open the bag and look in. Not empty
How
out,
are you-
just look in.
Okay. You open it and you just get a stench of death. And more flies fly out.
Can I see what's in there, or?
You can see hair.
Ugh.
I'll reach in, grab and try and move it in the bag to see what it is.
So you pull and you can tell by the weight and the shape of it and the feel of its hair. It's got kind of brown, curly hair. But it's kind of stuck. But you can tell it is a head of some sort. You would guess human.
Does the hair look familiar?
You can't tell without taking out the bag.
Lucy will take it out.
You pull, and there's a bit of resistance as the clotted blood sticks to the Hessian sack. You kind of almost have to peel it off the sack as you pull it out. You turn and you see this deathly face looking at you. Would you do a history check, please? Everybody bar Korsk.
10.
Oh,
wait, I can do a thing.
not one.
Everybody bar Korsk and Xerath. Oh! I'm
Okay.
still in
I
the
can do a thing. I can do it. Unless that's fine.
So, you pull it away, and immediately Amanita recognizes it of the face of the guard from the tower in which you stole the diamonds. Carved into the forehead are the words "Game on."
Fuck sakes!
Could you all do a perception check, please?
Don't like this, Barrett.
Could either.
1 moment.
See,
one
if
come
Yin
in
Man was
from-
still with us, Lucy would slap him.
He didn't
He was the-
he's not the one that said it!
Yin
I'm so
Man is!
angry right now!
As the rest of the group are stood in shock, Barak notices the mouth of the head hangs open slightly, and he can see a glisten of gold. I'd like to do anything.
I take the head off Lucy. Everyone, I'd recommend you should stand back just very momentarily, just very quickly. And once everyone's stood back a bit, I'll reach into the mouth and pull whatever in there out.
Takes a bit of getting at maneuvering. But what you find is a gold coin. The gold coin has been twisted somehow.
I'm angry right now!
I think, my friends, we've got a bit of a situation on hand. I think we don't need to sell those bits and pieces right now. I think we need to check up on our acquaintances within this town and let them know the situation that's going on.
You gonna fill us in on who you pissed off so badly?
Yeah, I would like to know.
Well, if I'm pretty sure I remember correctly, this gentleman here is one of the people we let go from a certain adventure we had in town. It involved recovering some items from a gentleman, and he was known to be quite violent. I think this is the man we let go, and this is the outcome of that scenario.
Recovered or stolen?
I'd like to use the term recovered.
There was only
So
one person let go, and it wasn't us that decided to do that.
Well, it doesn't matter who let him go. The person probably had his reasons, their reasons.
I would say the kind of person who leaves severed heads in your room is also the kind of person who wouldn't care if it was recovered or stealing either. Sounds like a crime lord you've got yourselves mixed up with.
Yeah, this is one of his own dudes as well. So I like not to think of what he's done to our associates if he's gotten a hand on them.
There's only
Makes
one.
sense.
There's only one solution to this.
Fire?
Take his head. No, just take his head.
There's no need to take his head. This is one of his own dudes. We don't know this man.
He's killed a
I
man
don't
in
know these
combat
guys.
for no reason. So you're just gonna let him, like, deal with that?
Well, I can't say I much care for individuals who engage in this kind of behaviour. I would say we don't need to be any more deeply involved with him than is necessary. It could be dangerous.
So you don't care for people's lives being taken willy-nilly?
Not
I
when these
care if
people are
people are
equally
trying to
bad.
take my lives and the people close, my life and the people close to me. And it seems like that's going to be more likely if we go after a man like that.
I mean, considering that there's game on carved into this man's face, I think we don't have a reason.
When we let him go, he said about his boss killing him, and we said he said he would be able to find a place to stay safe. So it's not our fault.
That. Yeah, it's not our fault. And also, we had Maggot deal with this as well. We told Maggot the whole situation, and this guy still ended up dead. I mean,
well, maybe you shouldn't have opened your stupid mouth, lizard.
I'll throw the head at Xerath. Lucy, Amanita, we gotta make some stops.
Pyro just goes. It's like just instantly interested.
Could Xerath do a dex save, please?
Sure.
Sorry, not athletics. The other one.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics check, please.
Sure. 11.
Yeah. The head flies across the room and smacks you straight in the breastplate. And then just onto the floor.
I'll just look annoyed.
Maybe we should, as you said, Varric, check in on our wizard friend. He was doing a little something for us.
Yeah, and we need him. After all that trouble we went through to make sure he didn't lose his fingers, we really need this to work out in our favor. So, my friends, let's go make some stops. I recommend we stop him by our Egron friend and Mr. Maggot to ensure that he knows what's going on and that this is entirely his fault. I'm going to hang on to this, which is the twisted coin, and I put it in my pocket.
I am more concerned that you steal stuff from people and then get people killed. It's not how this works.
We don't steal from people. We alleviate items that have already been stolen.
It's the same thing.
You can't steal again if it's already stolen.
Yeah,
It's only stealing if you're stealing from the person that owns it. If it's already been stolen,
not. If you're taking something from stealing is just taking something that's not yours. If it's not yours, don't take it.
And also,
is that hard to understand?
But it wasn't theirs either.
Okay with it.
What was that?
But Yin was okay with it.
Yin was okay
Yin
with
don't
it.
like stealing.
Cleo was like, well, now you know why I refuse to be involved in such an endeavor. This is always trouble.
Yeah, man of wise words. I like you.
Anyway, let's go.
All of this is very interesting, of course, but I would think that we need to find some other place to stay if they can get in and out of our accommodation at will.
Yeah, I recommend we pay Uman what we drew him and move on.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like the best idea I've heard all week. Let's go.
So, can we just have a couple of minutes break? Because
No way! No, I'm so angry right now! Ah!
I knew we should have killed him then and there. I knew I should have just...
No, because somebody opened their mouth when we were in the... Ah!
Not like consequences.
Mm-mm.
Because Lucy blurted out, "Oh, we let somebody go." So angry!
We did nothing of the sort. I wanted to kill him.
So angry!
And then when our back was turned, somebody let him go.
And then somebody opened their mouth when they were speaking to the people.
But it wouldn't have mattered if he was just dead anyway.
No, it would have. He would have
His fate was probably so much more worse than if we just stabbed him 17,000 times anyway.
Yeah,
2 seconds, guys.
It was like the first
I'm going to go and make myself another coffee.
I felt bad for him.
Oh, he did say something was going to happen to him.
Oh, no, I mean the first guard, the one that we paralyzed and then stabbed and shocked and burned over and over again until he died. That one I felt bad for.
Oh. Yeah, this guy just went and got himself killed. He was set
While they're
free.
away, I
he
do
got
have
killed.
one thing that can possibly get us out of this situation.
Okay.
If we're in a situation. It's the thing I mentioned the other week that's kind of game-breaking, but it would probably break the item. I'll see. It depends if one allows it. It was a plan I had with Marcus a while back, but we didn't manage to get a chance to do it. It was, the mug that we have.
Mug?
You don't know about the mug yet? Never mind. That's okay. We have a mug. And it does certain things.
Oh, is that the thing you've been filling up with wine and stuff?
Yeah. It can do things. Hey up.
Good old consequences, eh?
Yeah, it's funny how we're dealing with the consequences of a character that's left.
I did think it was quite funny. I'm like, oh, you've left a loose end there. I wonder what I can do.
Yeah. I still wish I had the power to just curse Yinran from afar. Just somewhere in the land, Yinran has stubbed his toe or something. Just
Sprung a leak or something. That's it.
Yeah. His eyebrows have fallen off. Something. Just...
So, what have you decided to do?
We need to check on our gem repairing friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Maggot. We gotta go see Maggot.
Oh yeah, and Maggot.
Have you signed out the cast in?
No, we're gonna do it. That's literally the next step. Go down the stairs,
Yep.
sign out. Pay him what he's due.
So, he'll settle at 50 gold pieces, given there's there's a bit of tidying up to do. And he will dispose of the head for you. And ask no questions.
I have a question though. What? Why did you let any people into this person's room? It's surely not what you're doing in.
Uman's been a good gentleman to us. I would not suggest that he has let someone into our room. Much rather, someone's broken into our room without us knowing.
Are you asking the questions or I'm asking the questions?
No, I'm just letting you know what I feel about it.
It is
You
a
got a
legitimate
little brain
answer.
on your shirt here.
There are several means by which one can gain a legitimate entry to a room in an inn such as this.
That's why I asked the question. Let the man answer, and then we know the answer to the question. That's how questions work.
I haven't knowingly let anybody in. That's your problem. Well, not your problem, but there's no obvious signs of entry, so I would hazard a guess that whoever entered was somewhat skillful in the art of thievery or lockpicking.
Just look him up and down.
Was there anyone that was suspicious that came in?
This is an inn in the Arcane Abodes, dear. That's in Catan City. There's always somebody shady knocking around.
I'm more thinking.
Sorry?
I'm more thinking if someone came in, went upstairs, and then just literally came left straight away, because they wouldn't have had sat down for a drink.
I don't know, dear. I don't know. It's a busy place, and there's only a few of us run this place, as you know, and well, and what with the Amdram Society and their costumes, it's difficult to see who's a legitimate customer and who's just somebody who's walked off the street.
We did have somebody already visit the room before we left.
Indeed.
Maybe they know something about
That's what I was going to suggest, actually, Lucy. That's very... Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. There's nobody asking for us, was there, human?
No. Not since a letter that Master Lucy and Master Marcus had received.
That makes me a touch concerned. No, thanks anyway, human. I don't think I've got any more questions for you.
Okay.
Can I interrupt and ask, is there still enough time for Korsk to examine the lock piece with his tools? Because I think if you pick it, it leaves things like scratches on the inside of the, what they call it, the cylinder.
You can go up and have a look.
Okay.
Going to do roll an investigation check, please.
It's a pretty good roll.
So you look at the lock. You can see that lock has been picked on numerous occasions.
Okay.
There is evidence that it has been picked by somebody relatively skillful in the past 2 to 3 days.
Okay. So he'll repeat that quietly to Varric. And I don't suppose you've given the Thieves Guilds any reason to be interested in you.
Not knowingly. But that's a story that we'll discuss on the road down. I think we should...
By all means, I'd be very pleased to hear about it.
Yeah, I think it was an accident. We made that aware. But anyway, yeah, let's get out of here.
An accident, yes, of course.
They tried to hire the group for a job. As far as I'm concerned, they're still wanting us to do the job.
We've not heard otherwise.
No.
What makes me concerned is that Agron would say that he'd sent a letter for us or send the Dragonborn fellow to us when it was done. And there's been, if Uman's not seen him, then...
It did say it would take a week or two, though, didn't he?
I thought he said a few days. I can't remember.
Well...
Varric, you and your memory is very bad.
He maybe did say a few days, but... if you've met the man. He's easily distracted. I wouldn't be surprised if he was off gambling somewhere.
You better not be. I didn't save his fingers so he could gamble.
I'll look. Oh, what's his name? The Dread that's with us. Cleo. I'll look Cleo up and down, and I'll say in Elvis, like, "What did I get myself into now?"
You'll respond, going, "Yeah, it's not as bad as it seems, but I think they had a difficult choice to make. Close to no choice. I think they had to do this. And I think the fact that the gentleman got caught and is obviously blabbed was a... how should I put it? A good act gone wrong. They let the man go because obviously they didn't think it was right to kill him there and then. So I would have probably made the same decision had I been there, but thievery is not something that agrees with me.
No, I agree.
Foss just quietly puts down the drink he took from the gentleman at the bar. and sheepishly walks back to the group.
Would I see that? No.
He wouldn't be concealing it from you, so
Okay.
yeah.
Do a perception check.
I wouldn't. Natural one.
Oh,
I can't see
okay.
shit. I'm just listening. I'm concentrating on Cleo at the stage.
Cool.
So I
Cleo's
guess
deep green eyes.
I'll settle up the bill, I guess. With a,
Okay, so do you want to mark 50 gold pieces off your of the group's kitty.
We'll say at this point, remember that I don't have a lot of kitty because we put most of it in the bank. So I've just got what we've collected since then.
Okay.
I've got enough for that.
Have you got enough?
Yeah, I've got enough for that. There's about 120 gold pieces left in the group. Petty cash.
I recommend that we put the funding that we get for our selling of parts, we should put that to the group kitty to give it a bit of a buffer. The group fund.
I mean, I could always write to my mother and ask for, money if we wanted.
An allowance?
Yeah, see it as an allowance, why not?
I would suspect their correspondence would take quite some time, though.
I mean, yeah, it is mother we're talking about. Never taken time. She always takes her time when it comes to me, but
So
who are we going to?
I would think that first stop should be egg run. See him, get that stuff sorted, make sure he's fine. He's important. What's important to know is that what's after that is our business with Maggot. I think it's important that he knows what's going on too.
Okay, so I guess we'll head to where we think Egron is, and Lucy will definitely be keeping edgy.
Okay. So you head outside. You head through the gates into the main city, past the Wizards College, through the industrial sector, and into the market. You find a little arts and crafts shop or art gallery that the Egron's flat is above. You can see the little staircase in front of you. What do you do?
I think we should head up and start march my way up to the door.
Okay. You head up, you knock on the door.
I knock on the door.
Just a minute! Harmony! And you see the door open and two yellow eyes of Harmony, the mute dragonborn, looking back at you. He invites you in, and there you can see Egron working away on the crystal. Looks about half done from what you can see. Half of the crack has been repaired. Checking up on me, are you? I expected you to appear before now. I've there's a couple of problems. The crack in the crystal was a bit deeper than I'd expected, so I've had to do some intermediary repairs to kind of get it in a fit state so I can then do a proper repair. It's still going. It will take a few more days, yes, but how are you anyway?
That's fine, Egron. I'm not really familiar with this crystal maintenance stuff myself. We just wanted to come in and check on you, make sure you're not out of it or anything like that. We've been out of town for a few days, so I just wanted to make sure that you're still around, if you know what I mean.
He means dead. Dead.
I don't mean dead.
He means
Egron,
dead.
I don't mean dead. Xerath, please.
Why would I be dead?
Don't worry about it. Xerath, this is Egron. Egron, this is Xerath. Oh, and we have Korsk here too. He's a new acquaintance we've made along the way.
Pleasure.
Interesting. I see your old elf friend seems to have gone walkabout.
He's visiting family just now. He was needed to sort himself out, I think. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you're not feeling under the weather or anything like that.
No. Been quite quiet recently, isn't it?
That's good to hear. Like I said, we've been out of town for the past couple of days, so I want to make sure all of our business is still going, if you know what I mean.
No, we're fine. With the repairs are coming along, but taking a bit too long. I've had to take some additional work on the side. The gentleman you stole the diamonds from, in fact, has put some more work my way.
What kind of work, Ron?
Same as normal, just cutting jewels, a couple of sapphires, a few rubies. Nothing as much as the diamonds, of course, but...
How much is he paying you for that work?
Depends on the quality of the jewel, really. Probably about 5 gold pieces a stone. Depends on the quality of the gem. If it's a high quality gem, then it could be up to 100.
And these jewels he's given you, they're medium quality, I can assume?
You could never tell until you cut it.
Right.
Who is this man? A mining tycoon?
Pawnbroker, I think, is a more accurate term. Anyway, can I give you money to not do this job?
It sounds like you've made a very powerful enemy, my friend.
We have not done anything of the sort yet.
No offense, but I still want to keep my fingers. And my head. I'd rather not, mess around with coin screw.
Yeah, but you could just turn him down, say you've got other work come up or something. I'm sure he'd be fine. I'm sure he'd understand.
This is the same person that
Left us that gift, yeah.
Yeah, then I would suggest carry on what you're doing. Don't get involved.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying don't get involved.
No. I'm saying let him carry on what he's doing before he does it with him. And you don't want that.
Okay. Well, Aragorn, can you get that crystal ready any sooner than a couple days?
I
put down 10 gold on the table. Just, if this can help, I will give you this to ensure that this crystal gets finished sooner rather than later.
Unfortunately, my friend, I can only go as quickly as I can go.
That's fine. I just... as soon as possible would be preferable.
Okay. We will, let you know when we're done. I'll send Harmony out to the cast in to let you know.
We're changing places to stay. Well, I'll let you know when we're done changing that.
Oh.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Upset you somehow?
No, Uman's totally fine. It's not him. We just needed somewhere else to stay, somewhere closer to another direction. We might be heading out soon, so just thinking about heading out that side of town.
We'll cut in and Draconic and say, when we've relocated, don't give him the location. Arrange for our mail to be picked up.
I will, but this is replying to Draconic. Yep, that's a good plan, but our friend Harmony over there is also... he can hear us still. Yeah, I turn back to Tyrone. Anyway, yeah, we're planning places to residence. We'll come collect the crystal within a couple of days. I'll come back in a couple of days and stuff.
Very well. Well, if you don't know where you're stopping yet, then I suppose that's how it'll be. I guess we'll see you in a couple of days when you come to check up.
Yeah,
no
sounds like a plan.
guarantees it'll be finished by then, no?
Oh, of course, that's fine. What day are we on, by the way, Agron? I've kind of lost a bit of time since. So, just so I can get a bit of a time frame for when I need to come back.
What do you mean, what day? We're on day 5, I believe, from when you asked. Day 6, something like that?
Cool, that's fine.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
As I said, it could take up to 2 weeks, but hopefully not.
Alright, that's fine. Like I said, just when you can, as soon as possible, is preferable.
Very well.
Take the 10 gold pieces off the desk and hand them to Harmony as well. Please ensure that he spends this responsibly and not on gambling.
Harmony kind of looks down, eyes kind of widen, and smiles, and then nods at you.
Please also, you don't spend it. I'm glad we understand each other.
Nods again.
Anything else anyone else needs to do just now while we're at Agron's, or should we head on to our next protocol? No?
Lucy's still just looking out the window.
Well, thanks for your time, Agron. Let's we'll get out of your hair now, and we'll see you in a couple days. And I kind of make it to the door.
Okay. We'll look forward to it. To be honest, I've been look forward to seeing the back of this job. No offense, of course. Just
Not at all.
it's difficult work, and can give one a bit of a headache. Too much staring at the same crystal for too long.
I can understand that. I imagine it messes with your eyes a bit. I know I don't think I could do it, given my circumstances.
Okay. Very well. We shall speak in a few days.
See you later, Agron. And
Bye.
I'll usher the group out the door and stuff. Right, next up is the slums. We gotta go see Maggot. Oh, FYI, Xerath and Korsk, keep your wallets or pouches hidden away on your person. This is the slums we're going to, and they tend to get a bit frisky, if you know what I mean. So,
Xerath will look a very ornate gold-embedded armor up and
I'm sure they won't steal it off, like your clothes from you, your armor plate, but just keep an eye on it just to be safe.
Leo makes his excuses and says he has a couple of things to look into. He will catch you guys later.
Please keep safe, Cleo. While you weren't involved directly in our current circumstances, you are still part of this group. I would just keep your eyes about you.
Indeed, but
can I ask a bit Elvish, like, where do you think you're going? I thought you were part of the group, as far as I understand.
I need to make inquiries of my own.
Oh no.
So he bids farewell and heads off in the direction of the middle of the market. You guys head round the Sorcerer's Circle over the north of the Wizards College through craftsmen's lodges. The craftsmen, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're still sawing away and hammering and what have you. And you hear blacksmiths thinking away. Kind of in their own, kind of outside their houses type of thing. It's like taking their work home. I think by that time, schools have, or what kids are in school have been kicked out, so a lot of them kind of take their work home with them. And then you end up back in the slums. It's a lot more busy than the last time you were there, which was early morning and it was dead. You can see that there's quite a few street urchins and things watching you carefully. They don't quite know what to make of Xerath. Korsk, they're used to seeing some unusual beings. You, in a strange way, you blend in.
Yeah.
Whereas Xerath in a kind of shiny armor, they're kind of, you see a mix of people kind of sizing you up and people giving you a wide berth. Eventually you end up at the marquee in which Maggot's gambling den is. You make your way in and you see Maggot in the middle of a card game in the middle of the ring. There's lots of other card games going on at the time. And he can see you in his Noted, Charlie. He was just saying that every time somebody close, he makes a sound of coins dropping, so people are 30 feet away, so people get distracted away from them. Maggot is busy playing cards. You see Urk stood nearby, and as you approach, she kind of acknowledges you, and then, Urk, how about you play a couple of rounds for me? Don't go losing all my money. And he hands him his card. So, what brings you here today?
Funny story, actually, Maggot. Can we go private to talk about this somewhere, just in one of your back rooms or something like that?
Follow me. And he kind of waves his hand to the side, going, you go through the back door of the ring again, down a couple of passages, and you end up back at his office, and there's two guys stood outside. He's like, nobody disturbs us, okay? And you all go in. So, what's your business today?
Well, we've just come back from being outside of town, relatively, for just a short period of time, a couple days, 5 days or so. And when we came back, we had a message from Coin Screw, and I kind of take the coin from the twisted coin and kind of put it on a table, if there is one, in front of us. He left us the head of the guy that we let go in our room, so he knew where we were staying and stuff. And I just wanted to let you know that he's aware of what happened. I'm not pinning blame or anything like that. I'm just trying to let you know that this is the current circumstances that we're dealing with. And I thought you better know, instead of us just skipping town and such.
Well, I did say you better hope that he doesn't catch up with you. Catch up with the guard. Or you. I would anticipate that his approach would be to not get his hands dirty. I would anticipate that he will have people hunting you down. Perhaps people from the Assassin's Guild.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, do you think there's any concern to you, then, given our...
Well, I would like to see them try.
Of course.
And
Now,
Armand is a... Why so? He won't want outright gang fare. An attempt on my life would lead to that. Let's make sure that my name isn't. But saying that, let's make sure that my name isn't associated with the diamonds going missing.
Of course, I would figure that'd be the case. Obviously, you were our patron for such retrieval. I would much rather stay on your good side, and I'm sure the rest of the group would agree here. Since we're already acquainted in that situation, I'd much rather us be friends than us having to deal with coin screw on our own. We won't mention any names, of course, but I just felt it was right to come let you know what's going on.
I appreciate the information. And that you are loyal to your past employers, albeit under strained circumstances in the initial term. Keep an eye out for people watching you. The Assassin's Guild will tend to observe before they strike.
Quick question for you, Maggot.
Mm-hmm.
Do they use children?
Do who use children?
The Assassin's Guild.
Difficult to say. I don't really involve myself with them, but it is difficult to know, other than those on the wanted posters, who they use.
Question, if I may.
Yes?
Where do we find them?
Where do you find who?
Our friends at the guild.
The Assassin's Guild. It is rumored, and rumors may be wrong, that they are based below the Temple of Osbrona. I find that difficult to believe, however, given that temple is also the home to the Black Paladins. I wouldn't imagine the Paladins would associate themselves with such a...
She'll just start laughing, proper laughing. I'll just lean back in her chair.
He just looks at you questioningly.
And on that delightful note, these contracts that the Assassin's Guild, I've heard some rumours myself about the nature of them. A rumour about a clause that would break the contract. Have you heard this one too?
Not anything I would be familiar with, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
But I would warn a word of caution. Often the punishment for breaking a clause, a contract with the guild is delivery of death, whatever. You break a contract with them, You become the target.
I see.
If they break a contract with you, you'll become the target. However, I don't see why they would break a contract with someone.
Perhaps unfulfillment of funds.
Possibly. If you can get them to do work up front.
Or perhaps a better deal.
I would hate to think if our friend Coinscrew can do this stuff. I mean, he, from what Maggot has told us previously, he is quite a wealthy man, and I don't think him outbidding us, if we were to outbid him, would be a problem, to my concern.
Then perhaps we take away his bargaining power.
That would be what I was thinking, but I don't know.
Well, I would think carefully about that one. It isn't necessarily a silver bullet solution. He has his fingers in many pies. Some of these pies aren't quite obvious. In that we don't know what they are.
Yeah, it makes me reluctant to actually go speak to our associates at the Thieves Guild.
Why do they bite?
They don't bite, but if a man like that can pull his weight, especially with throwing around money, I dare say something might not be right there.
I have someone I can ask.
There has to be a limit to the power his money can give him.
Depends how rooted in he is. Sold bonds or favors for favors and stuff. It could be any amount of power.
Exactly. There will be a way to outbid him, if only on monetary grounds. We just have to find it.
But why do you and her ask friends in the Thieves Guild if it's the Assassin Guild that's after us?
Not about that particularly. Just
about the work. Okay, I get it.
yeah. If there's any relation to them breaking in and delivering that parcel, I would, you know what I mean. Anyway, Lucy, I think if you can trust this person that you're going to go speak to, I would appreciate that. I'm trying to. Yeah.
I think their information will be reliable.
Well, I suppose we need to go find somewhere to stay. Then. Unless, Irene, you want to stay here, where... And she paused for a minute. Actually, that's not a very bad idea. Nobody would think a band of adventurers would stay in the slums, would they?
I don't know. It sounds like a likely enough proposition. And after all, the slums are where individuals go in Catan City to hide.
I think we should go for a drink.
Let's go for a drink, then I'll never say it. You paying? She looks at you cheekily.
We'll see.
Rounds are on me. I'll make sure of that.
I heard of a nice place called the Biscuit Barrel. We should try that.
The Biscuit Barrel, that sounds...
I'm sure we were there before. It was great. Yeah, it was good atmosphere.
I've never
Isn't
been
that
to
with the
Catan.
captain?
Actually, I have, but not the city.
I've lived in Catan for 1.5 years, and yet I've never properly sampled the pubs. Guess there's the best of time than any.
I was never allowed to sample the pubs. But...
I mean... Go on.
Let's go.
Sorry, Jess, were you saying something?
No, I was just going to say Amanita's going to pipe up and question go,
Is that the one we went into that room and nearly blew it up.
Like to Lucy, she'll whisper to him.
No, not at all. Not that one. No.
No.
Oh, that's good
I
then.
think this is the one where you were swimming in the pint.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is the one with the captain, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's the one with the captain.
So Corsus quietly leans over to Amanita and asks, blowing up his drinking holes. That's not a pattern of behaviour, is it?
Amanita kind of like, as you like lean in, she's like, she's like trying to lean away, like,
Oh,
I think it's only happened 3 times.
Where are we whispering? I don't quite get it.
They weren't all my fault.
I don't want to know.
That's very reassuring.
Now, I need to make sure that Urk hasn't lost all my money. So, if you don't mind, I'll get back to my game.
Of course, yes. Thanks. Yeah.
And he
like I
looks
said,
at you expectingly, as in, get out of my office.
yeah. See you later, Maggot. Thanks. And we kind of, I just, again, usher the group at the room and kind of just head out.
You said his name was Maggot. I'll toss him 5 gold. It's like, try and win some money for me.
He kind of picks up the gold and says, and then puts it in his pocket.
Yep, that's going.
I don't even think you're seeing that again.
I wasn't planning to.
So, you heading to the...
Biscuit Barrel.
So you're currently in the we're in the slums, aren't we? So the Biscuit Barrel is in the North Dock.
Yeah.
So, do you still want to go to the market as well?
yes.
So you're going to go to the market, then the Biscuit Barrel, or are you going to go straight to the Biscuit Barrel?
Market then Biscuit Barrel, yeah.
Market first, yeah.
Okay. So you head back through the Sorcerer's. Eventually end back up the market. It's about 5 o'clock now. Some of the shops are starting to close. The one from your previous, from the rest of the group's previous visits, there was only one real kind of magical shop that would potentially sell ingredients, and that was Wondrous Wares.
I guess we're gonna have to go back there, aren't we?
Ian didn't like that place.
I didn't like it either.
Was this the place with a familiar person?
This is
Which
the place with the...
No.
No, okay, cool. I thought that was out of Catan, but just wanted to double check.
Let me have a look. Oh no, there is a herbalist. Sorry, there is a herbalist. You are correct.
Is that the familiar person? Or was that out of Catan?
That is the familiar person.
Okay.
He was trying to sell you mushrooms, if I remember rightly.
Then I may have given them something to check out.
Amanita will answer.
Remind me again.
Bit
Was it
overpriced.
not I gave them a jar of something?
Oh yes, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. You could see they might give us a good deal. Or a fair one, anyway.
So, what do you want to do? Wondrous Wares or Potion Shop?
Herbalist to begin with, I think.
I prefer the herbalist, the potion shop. I don't want to really go see that magic man again.
Okay. Well, no wondrous wares. So you go into the.
Can I just ask what's wrong with the little magic man then?
The magic man led me astray and introduced me to someone I'd much rather kill than hang about with. I think that's...
Is that it?
Yeah, I don't like the man.
No.
He was overpriced.
Oh, that too, yes. Yeah.
And he
enough.
didn't
Introduce
like
you
it.
to. Oh yeah. Cragdorf, didn't he? Okay, fine.
This was one of those sessions where I was at work and I couldn't really hear what was going on. So Lucy has no idea what you guys are on about, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I forgot he sent you there. Well, he didn't send you there. He just kind of said that shop was available, and he said, "Oh yes, you'll have an experience there." I think is what
We
he
were
said.
needing to offload weapons and gear,
Yes.
and the gentleman at the shop was quite rude, and his kind tend to be that way.
He's kind.
Anyway,
To your
yeah.
kind, at least.
He's kind?
Yeah, his kind.
What do you mean by that?
He's a crag dwarf, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with the history of Dragon's Foot, but my country is at war with his country. I'd like to think of it as an invasion against my home, because it is. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't want to associate myself with the Magic Man or his associates that deal with him. Anyway, to the Herbalist.
Alright.
So you head to the herbalist shop. Inside, you see this elf again, with hair all over the shop. I'm not sure. No, I think he was Eric, actually, because I've got written down here a male halfling. I don't think you've been in this shop.
Cool. So it must. I thought it was out of Catan, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So you go into the herbalist, and there's this little male halfling. Looks half asleep. Is kind of there with a big pipe. The kind of doorbell goes, and he's like,
Hello?
and he kind of sees this kind of ragtag of strange-looking people out. He kind of picks his pipe up, turns it, looks at the thing, goes, "Whoa."
Someone's having fun.
Customers. Hello. Welcome to my shop. Can I help you?
Yeah, we're looking to pick up some pieces and sell some pieces.
Whoa. Okay. What you guys sell, dude?
Got some manticore parts.
Okay. Can I see?
Can you?
Yeah.
So I'll take out one spine, one tooth, and one claw. And there was something else, wasn't there? And one of the spines. So one spine, one tooth, one tail spike, and one claw.
Okay. So he looks at the claw and he goes, "What are you trying to tell me here, dude? That's no good to me."
Then I'll
He
take it
looks at the
back.
tooth and he's like, takes the spine. Gets a knife out. Just kind of splits the end. Then goes, "Super venom in it. Okay." And then the tail spikes is like, "Don't want to close, man. What else you got? How many of these you got?"
Give him all of it, Lucy. I think it's probably sell everything. You, Charlie.
So we have 20 spines, 5 teeth, and 12 tail spikes.
Okay. Gets his price chart out. Flattens it out. Takes his socks off. Starts counting, using his tools as well. "I'll give you 120.
No. 300.
Nah, can't afford them for that. Not worth my trouble."
What about a trade then? Perhaps, maybe not for all gold, but in trade for some ingredients that our friend here requires. And I kind of gesture to Korsk.
Korsk taps the list that he's put on the desk counter.
I don't think he's in the ability to read, my friend.
No, very well.
Going.
He basically comes all the way over from the corner of the shop and starts reading out the more basic items.
"Dude, I can read, okay?"
Well then, sir, avail yourself. And he shoves the paper into his face.
I'll just pet Ghost on the head.
You want to do business, dude, or not?
Oh, I'm waiting on whether you on your price tag.
Let me do the maths, dude. How much is the list of ingredients worth?
So this would be to make. I don't think we settled the price tag for greater potions of healing if you're making them. That's the second level one, the uncommon ones. I may have gotten the name wrong.
So I'd say it's probably to make one portion is about 90 golds worth. Is where I'm going to put it at. So it's a 10% reduction.
Okay. So,
that's just me homebrewing. So it's just to give it a bit of some benefit to you to do it yourself.
Yeah. Of course, we'll turn and look at Varric like.
I think
You got the funds, you get the potion.
Yeah. So, let's say 2 stacks of these ingredients, like 2 bunches for these parts. So 180. 180.
Dude, am I not stupid?
I don't know, are you?
And he basically turns around and blows smoke in her face. Don't know, grey lady.
I'll grab him by the throat and pull him in.
Oh, chill out. Here, take some yourself.
Don't you ever dare do that to me again. Or your head will be on a stick. Never mind fucking high. And she'll push him back into the chair.
Lucy, can you take back the parts that would make us overdo him? Like, we know these value these parts, my friend. There's no point in trying to jig us out of it, right? Lucy, if you could collect the parts up that are going to be too much for this and make it to about 180-ish. And that way we can 180, yeah.
Well, all I've got to say is I'm bored. I don't need to do business with you guys.
I think I like this town less and less the more we stay here.
I've never liked this place.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Sure, if you don't want to do business, that's fine. Lucy, take the parts.
Yeah. So,
all right, Korsk, we'll come back we'll go to a different place to get the bits. I'm sure they'll be more reasonable than this.
I need to make a roll. So basically, all this time that the halfling has been wasted, closing his eyes, particularly when he took his socks off and started counting on his feet, Korsk has been quietly slipping items from the shop into his pack.
Okay.
So may I make a sleight of hand roll with my thieves' gloves as well?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so this will be add another 5 onto it because I can't get the math on the sheet to work. So 23.
Okay, could you do another 2? Just to, given you're doing multiple items.
Okay. 29. And 25. This is kind of what he's good at.
Like a ghost.
Okay, so I rolled with disadvantage and got a 2.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense.
And a 6. And a 10. So you've passed all 3. So I would say half the list.
Awesome.
And I guess we'll head out.
So the city isn't so bad.
As I walk out his door, I slam it like properly. I was off its hinges, like properly pissed off.
They sat there going, "Take a chill pill, dude."
How legal is it to punch people in this city?
Not very legal. I was thinking about killing him, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Thought you shut the door by then.
The city isn't so bad once you understand a couple of tricks to it. You'll be in plenty of trouble with a supervisor the next morning, I should think.
Unless he is the supervisor.
Well, then he's out of pocket.
What did you do?
Oh, I sweetened the deal. For us, anyway.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Didn't hear anything. I'm an old man. Anyway, I say Draconic. I didn't like it either, Amanita. It sucked. I say Draconic to Korsk. Good job. Anyway, where are we going now?
Lucy, you'll note that Lucy follows you out about 30 seconds later.
Lucy, are we going to the Are we going to the Biscuit Barrel now?
Yeah, sounds good.
You were a little late coming out of that shop there. What were you doing?
Oh, just finishing up.
Oh, really?
You didn't kill him, did you, Lucy?
No, he's still alive.
How alive?
Did we not just talk about this thing?
Exactly how we left him.
Did we not just talk about this thing about taking stuff from people?
We didn't do anything. Anyway, to the Biscuit Barrel if everything's sorted. Don't worry about it, Siri. It's fine.
Amanita pulls on Varric's jacket and says,
What did you do? That was a good job.
What? Huh?
You said to him that he did a good job.
Who did I say that to? What?
You just said it. I heard you.
When?
Just now.
To who? What were you on about?
For Krusk, you just said it.
Oh! I'd say in Draconic to Amity, can you understand me like this?
Oh, of course I can.
Well, this makes this whole situation a lot less. He did a good job. He was trying to get the information out of that man, I'm sure, and he did a good job at it. Don't worry about it.
Back over his shoulder and said, "He said I'm a great negotiator."
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need a deal? Come to me. I'll fix you up with what you need.
It's okay. I'm good at it myself.
Don't worry about it, Amity. It's fine. I'm gonna pat her on the head and gonna make my way towards the Biscuit Barrel.
Oh, I literally looked at my sheet and then realised I could speak Draconic.
Okay, that's good. It's the best language.
The only language worthy of note. Yeah.
So, you head into the Biscuit Barrel. And the same gentleman, Karpashingo, former Navy captain, welcomes you back. Just for Sam's benefit, long grey beard, quite bushy eyebrows, but completely bald otherwise. He's got like a stripy blue and white shirt with horns on. And a red silk cravat. So, I'm assuming you get a drink, and Varric, can you just knock a couple of gold off your bank balance, your balance, please?
I'll set a limit of like 15 gold. Just make sure drinks are coming in, and then for the occasional odd person and stuff like that, talking to folk.
I do have a question though. Is this where we're staying, or are we gonna stay in the cart, or where we staying?
No, my good friend Captain, do you have rooms for rent? Or a room?
Rooms, not a room. There.
Less, no. All our rooms have been taken up for private business meetings. But
Business. I don't think business meetings is what happens in the rooms, but alright.
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
With that, Lucy will just put his hand on Varric's shoulder and say, I'll be back shortly.
See you in a bit, my friend.
So you head into the same doorway you did last time.
Any recommendations then for lodging, dear Captain? She has a question mark in her voice when she asked that.
I would, two. There's the cast in.
Yeah, we've just come from there. We're just needing a bit of change of pace, if you know what I mean.
And there's also the long wait in at the servants' quarters. Not a bad establishment. Clean. Servant staff's not great, but all the servants work in the governmental buildings, that's the problem. So you get the dregs. But clean enough. Food's passable. Don't go to the Silver Steel Inn. Not if you want to leave with the same amount of money you went in. I think the shiny armor would probably be easy pickings for them. Not in terms of easy to steal from you, I'm saying, but more easy to make you look like somebody who would have more money than they need. Make you a prime target.
Yeah. I agree with what he's saying there, Xerath. You're unlike mine's all decorative. It's non-functional, tarnished, deliberately meant to look that way.
Honestly, you don't need to mansplain to me. I know what he's saying. I might look stupid, but I'm not.
Alright, no worries. Another round of drinks.
So, I mean, you did try to single-handedly kill 2 manticores.
But that wasn't stupid, and did I die?
Almost, from the looks of it.
No,
So-
I was pretty fine, thank you. And she'll just look at Kursk with like a cheeky smile, like, you little shit.
I mean, it did look very cool when they were mauling the crap out of you.
Yeah. Fuck.
Okay.
He'll just like take it.
So
It's just like
before you leave the bar, Carper's like, "So, how come you're looking for new digs?"
Nothing wrong with the cast-in. Like, it's a perfectly fine establishment. We're friends with the Ooman. We're just needing a change of pace. We've been there since we came to the city, so it's just having a nosy around, having a look about what else is available, if you know what I mean.
it helps the housing economy and all that.
Okay. Well, enjoy your drink. If you need anything, let me know. I think at that we will switch to Lucy. So Lucy, you meet the doorman in front of the door to the secure area. You show your pass, and he lets you in.
I'll head in and ask if Uncle is free.
You get sent to his office. You knock on the door. He opens it. Ah, nephew.
Uncle, how are you this evening?
Good. Even better for seeing my nephew.
I was wondering if perhaps you might have some information on a resident of this fine city.
Information is part of our business that we pride in.
Yes. His name is Coinscrew.
Interesting. What would you like to know about Mr. Coinscrew?
Everything.
Well, Mr. Coinscrew is Armand Coinscrew is a businessman on the front, but underneath we all know he is a gangster. Bloodthirsty. Unwielding. Bitter. Twisted. Only interested in money. He lacks the honor of some of the other gangs here, and would openly kill his rivals should he have the opportunity. But he is more often likely to keep his hands clean and get others to do his work. He has a long-term relationship with the assassins.
And do you know where the assassins are based? I've heard rumors, but I don't know if they're true.
What is the rumor you've heard?
They are below the God of Death's temple.
I believe that is not just not a rumor. I believe it is a fact.
Okay.
Don't go walking in there unprepared, though. They are masters of death.
Well,
after all.
you'd hope. And if someone were to put out a contract on somebody, do we know of ways of nullifying that contract?
The Assassin's Guild believe in payment up front. Once payment has been made, the contract will be enacted, whether the payee likes it or not. Once they are set on a path, that path is never redirected.
Do you know how much a contract usually costs?
It depends on the target.
Have you had much dealings with Coinscrew?
Thankfully, no. We see the results of some of his labors. It impacts has a knock-on effect to some of our members.
Okay. And if someone were wanting to get in contact with the Assassin's Guild, how does one do so?
There, my friend. You have me at a loss.
Okay.
but I would hazard against dealing with such people.
Sometimes needs must.
Indeed, nephew.
One last thing. Do you know of any secure taverns in the city?
Secure in which way?
I may have found a severed head with a message on it in my previous accommodation. Somewhere that's not easy to gain access to would be nice.
I think perhaps you are thinking too much about security and less about sticking out. Perhaps you need to go somewhere where there are lots of newcomers to Catan. Perhaps there you will be more difficult to spot.
Any suggestions?
Perhaps the refugee camp may be an option for you.
Thank you for your time, Uncle, and your information. I'll leave you to it.
Good day, nephew.
Good day. And then I'll leave and rejoin the group.
So, like, is there an argument breaking out over what Course just said? He's pretty insistent that Yin is the brother of the Minister of Industry. He's just looking at his paper and saying, like, it's right here. He was involved in a scandal a few years back who just chucks the paper onto the table.
No, our friend is Yin Ran. This is not just Yin. Is there
I could have sworn you said he was a sketchy character.
Yin Ran was a monk of some various description.
He was a bit of a dick, but he was alright.
Yeah. To
He
your
told
friend
me how
then.
to pray.
So, he did.
Oh, there's Pyrite again.
Just for context, during this whole thing, he has been sat on the shoulder. Just saying.
Yeah, he has no reason to go back to course just yet.
And I'm loving it.
He's enjoying the ride.
Wait, he's taught you how to pray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucy will just be giggling at the side for a minute.
That's really good. Did you find value in praying?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, Lucy taught me how to steal.
Right.
That's the important thing.
Just turns and looks at Lucy like...
Alright, do you want to pray for him? I mean, I heard it helped.
No, I'm okay. It don't really work. I asked for shiny things and I never got it.
You want shiny things?
I do like a few shiny things. I mean, your armor does look very shiny amongst them.
It does, doesn't it? And I'll cheekily unclip my belt, which is you'll see it's a really like shiny skull, and it has and there's a little golden crown around it, and like, well, you can play with that for now if you want. Can't keep it, but it's yours till we go back out to town.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll put it back.
I was tempted to try and steal it.
What kind of shiny things do you like then, little friend?
Shiny things. Anything shiny?
Okay. Anything. Anything interesting in the paper?
Industrial strikes. Something about the college blowing up a laboratory. Oh yeah, there was a theft at Gillingan's house a while ago. He's one of the minor nobility. That one we could just gloss over.
Yeah. Any specifics mentions?
No, nothing at all.
Yeah.
Can
You know,
Lucy-
Cross, and my mother would quite like you, being intrigued in the politics and information.
I'm flattered.
You should be. Trust me. Sorry, Charlie.
I was saying, can Lucy do an insight check when he notices?
Yeah.
Just in case, was just about the theft.
Okay, that's probably good enough.
I think.
I don't think you noticed there were many details on the paper. It's almost as though he was reciting it from memory.
Then I have to do one more thing, which always goes badly.
Oh no!
Very in character.
I wonder what they've got. You said nobility is fairly rich.
Yes, I mean, they have access to some of the, how should I put this? Unique enchanted equipment items on the market. They tend to keep it hoarded up very well as inheritance trinkets, that sort of thing. Goes to waste if you ask me.
Wait, what are you trying to say about the noble folk? That they just keep trinkets for the fun of it?
Oh no, not noble folk in general, just the noble of this city.
Might be fun to check out at some point.
I do not recommend that.
I can't say I recommend it either.
As much as I appreciate you want to find something, I wouldn't want to get involved with the noble folk of this city. They are pompous pricks that enjoys nothing more than wine and silly jokes. Trust me, I've sat around a table with some of them.
I would say that's a wise judgment.
I like jokes.
I'm sure your jokes are really entertaining and mean something. Their jokes are stupid and doesn't really have weight behind it.
I believe Amanita's jokes won't be dried by the society she's had to deal with, unlike the nobility.
Lucy's good at jokes.
I don't think Lucy would blend in too well to the noble class. I wouldn't either, to be honest.
At that exact moment, Lucy
You'd be
will turn
surprised.
into the most fabulous and dainty noble you have ever seen.
So he looks like Prince Charming from Shrek.
Is it human or is it what race?
Dealer's choice. Yeah, let's see.
Because I would.
2. It is an ogre.
It's an ogre. Yes.
A dainty ogre.
Dainty ogre, yes.
It's like got a dinner jacket on and everything.
And a bow tie.
You know, to be
Like-
fair, all of you will fit into the noble clan. I don't think they're intelligent enough to notice.
What? Should I go as a mushroom?
Yeah, why not?
As long as you don't end up on the dinner plate, I can see that working.
No,
You can hide
nobody
on
will,
me. It's fine. Don't worry.
Nobody will end up a dinner plate when I'm around.
I mean, if not, I could hide my wings in my jacket again.
That might also work, yeah.
I don't
Well,
want them knowing that I'm a fairy.
Yeah. Try and look as humanoid as possible.
Acts like you don't understand a word they're talking about. They like to condescend. It's part of the
I don't
profession.
understand as it is. So I think I'll be able to.
I mean, Mother would disagree, but yeah.
So, we've got 2 minutes left. What is the plan?
So,
I've told Varric about the refugee camp idea and the other backup that's probably not feasible at the moment. And probably
think-
where are we going?
I think you're right, Lucy. I think potentially going to the refugee camp might be an idea. But that's also your second option is also a very good idea. But whether or not we have the funds for that is.
I have. There's one thing that I could do that could possibly get us the funds, depending on the price.
What do you want to do?
But I'll leave it up to you guys.
Just to fill me in, what's the second option?
Hiring the
Assassination.
assassins to kill coin screw themselves. Probably quite expensive, but you know.
So they'll probably do it under a buy one get one free deal.
DM, I've sent you a DM. I've sent you a thing.
Not as such.
Aww.
So
Not
do we-
even some of Mother's friends.
No.
Aw.
They are, how should I put it? The High Elves don't really look upon the nobles of the human lands as equals.
No.
It would be seen as your mother would see it as, I'm not letting my daughter
Stay with
sleep
them.
in that squalor.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So,
try and head for the refugee camp.
Refugee camp is best bet, I think.
okay. So,
Lucy will keep an eye out as we go, wherever we go. Just.
Pyrate's lazy, but he's also kind of still watchful.
So you manage to. So the next 20 minutes, you head over towards you cross the dock. You walk around the north dock, across to west dock, and then into the refugee camp. And it's similar to the one in Lothanor. There's lots of tents. It's kind of separated out into zones, and near the entrance, you're reminded of something. You hear ting, 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 incessant hammering or Lucy is reminded of incessant hammering of a piece of steel. And it's not from the refugee camp, you remember it. But it attracts your attention, the familiarity of it. You head in that direction. And you see this mass of blonde hair hitting the steel sword. Sees red in the corner of his eyes, looks up and goes, "So what time do you call this then?" And that's where we'll end it this week.
Eat it! I hate it!
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
no!
Well, that was a fun session.
So angry.
Yeah. Oh dear.
That was good.
I enjoyed the head bit.
So
I was expecting
angry!
that to happen the first thing when we get in.
I was so worried for a bit because I thought it was going to be Marcus's head.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Monty would not have taken that well. There would have been like the Great Fire of Catan.
Burning everything we're down until we get
So
to phase
angry.
2. That's it.
We travel and roll, our intentions are good.